from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
Welcome to OFWpreneurs Podcast. The title is OFWpreneurs, Overseas Filipino Entrepreneurs with Big Ideas. At ang guest natin for today is Mr. RB. Tawag ko sa kanya RB, but it's Ronbert Ignacio of Frameworks. Hi.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Yeah, kung hindi nyo alam, this is JP Adena, your host. At kung hindi nyo alam, si RB ay nasa US, Florida. At ako naman ay nandito sa Pilipinas. So it's at, ngayon ay 10 o'clock sa akin, 10:30 sa akin, 10 o'clock PM naman sa kanya. Yan. So, good morning, good evening, good afternoon sa inyong lahat na nakikinig. Salamat at nakikinig kayo dito. At the sole purpose of this podcast is to inspire OFWs to be entrepreneurs. That's why OFWpreneurs. It doesn't mean na kailangan mo umuwi para gawin yon. You can do it sa country that you're in or uwi ka tapos gawin mong gumawa ka ng entrepreneurship. Why? Because for me, the message I want to impart is the fastest way to come home for good nang hindi ka nagmamadali is to actually start a business. But let me give you the context of home. Home is where your heart is. So wherever you are, you might be immigrating to other countries kung saan ka but you're still home, right? So, but what I'm saying is, the financial freedom that you get with the business will actually help you decide kung saan yung home sa'yo, diba? Kasi you decided, right? Now, so RB's here because he started a business, right? He's an entrepreneur as well. So this is a way for me to share his story sa inyong lahat para medyo baka makakuha kayo ng mga learnings, mga golden nuggets of learning. Kasi medyo takot pa kayo siguro. Yan. So ito ay para sa inyo talaga. So RB, before we start, who is RB Ignacio? Kumbaga, talk to yourself in third person and then Ronbert Ignacio is who?
Okay. So it's gonna be weird lang. Third person, okay. So Ronbert Ignacio, RB is friends and family. So yeah, I started. So graduate po ako ng Philippine High School for the Arts, dance major. So at an early age, medyo tawag dito, exposed na sa arts ba. Like I was a dance major pero most of my friends are like visual artists and all that stuff. And we picked up photography and all that stuff. So since high school pa, I've been really passionate with photography from the film days and darkroom and all that fun stuff. Kind of on and off through the years, but matigas kasi ulo ko nung time na I'm in love with photography pero matigas ang ulo ko na ayokong bumili ng murang camera.
Kapag hindi the best, wag na, parang ganon.
So like through the years, I've been like, I need to like get back to my photography, blah, blah, blah. So hiram lang dito, here and there, hiram ng camera. And I kind of feel like, yeah, I have the eye and whatever, and I really love it. Like 2 years ago, actually, so I left the Philippines, or I left Asia really, in 2011, and then I've been here in the States since then until now. Last time ako umuwi was like 2 years ago. So from 2011 na umalis ako sa Asia, 2 years ago nakauwi ako, and then that was Christmas time. So wife ko, binila niya ako ng camera. Para nga
kailangan pala ibang tao, no?
Na. Yeah. So it was an entry-level camera, but of course it can really, like in photography, it's nice to have nice gear, pero it's not really about the gear.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's how it kind of started again. Like, oh my gosh, okay, so now I'm kind of really like, I have a camera. I bought a new, like a kind of nice-ish lens. And then when I got back, I was like I dove deep again into the hobby and eventually became an idea of why not making it as a business. Because sometimes I think I'm going all over the place. But anyway, going back to me. uh, so I met JP like years ago back in the Philippines after college. Like we were both choreographers and teachers and stuff. And then 2005 came. I went to Hong Kong for Hong Kong Disneyland as a dancer. And then stayed there for 6 years. And like I said, 2011, lumipat na ako rito sa States. And then after, nung lumipat ako dito sa States, Disney Cruise Line as a dancer performer. That was for 2 years. Tapos I left and I came back as an IT officer because
you studied first, right? Before you came back as an IT.
Yeah. I went back to get a certificate for networking and like I have a degree then sa computer. So yeah, and I actually left, which is I think is a very good point to share. Is I left with the intention of going back as an IT officer, and we did whatever we can for me to get that goal, to reach that goal. So studied, I worked in the IT industry here in Florida, and then there was a spot on the ship. I applied,
got that job,
and I got the job.
Awesome.
And I spent 2 years on the ship. I absolutely loved it. Another opportunity came here at home, which is like a mile away from my house, and I couldn't say no. So I was like, all right,
a perfect opportunity.
I have to take this opportunity. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing now. And then on the side, yes, I do have my photography business. Here in Tampa Bay area. Focusing right now with family portraits, headshots, and I really want to. I don't know if I'm going ahead, but of the topics, but like I of course like ideas kasi di ba pag may business ka, yung ideas it's tuloy-tuloy naman siya, di ba? And walang tigil yan eh. And what you really want to do, especially I think with photography, like I know everybody says on YouTube, like you have to find your niche and all these things. But if you keep finding your niche and it causes you to not do anything, like not produce, then that's worse than trying everything and then you figure out what really works, what you love. Like with photography, I think a lot of photographers are like, dang, I'll shoot everything. Like I love shooting everything.
Yeah.
Like I love landscapes, I love black and white, I love portraits, I love pets. Like, but in my heart, and I think because I was a dancer, I really want to get into the dance photography. Like, dahil, and I think yun nga, kung di ba, kung yun nga yung
and you will know what you're talking about, di ba?
Yes.
Let's
like,
say a Ponche portrait ng isang dancer, then you would know what Ponche is about, di ba, mga ganon. So parang you combine two of your loves, mahal mong bagay. I think
too, like you can kind of play with your advantages then na parang that photo shoot can be a fun, almost like a dance class because you could kind of choreograph the dancer. Like it depends, I guess it depends on the level of the dancer. If the dancer already knows what they're doing, and then just let them be, just
shoot.
Do your thing and I'll shoot it, you know. But at least if you get stuck with, you know, like somebody that is shy or whatever, you could kind of do what you want in your head.
I want to know why. With how you told the story of the parang timeline mo, ang nangyari is all the things that you do, you actually love, right? Parang You say you
Yeah.
love dancing and then you did it. You stop that, next. Kumbaga, mayroon kang trajectory na gusto mong makuha, nakuha mo siya, the job that you like, nangyari, you went into IT, and then you had a perfect opportunity a mile away from your house. But why start another business? Baga, hindi mo mapigil. Alam mo yun, yung parang may nangangati sa kamay mo na hindi mo kayang pigilan na na bumalik doon sa parang gusto mo simula pa ng bata ka. But the thing is, you said, pwede mo naman gawing hobby siya, but you don't have to make it a business, right? But why did you decide to make it a business? Do you have an entrepreneurial spirit na dati mo pang kinikim-kim na ngayon na lumabas? O it's just so happen na mayroon kang hobby gusto mong ilabas, but the thing, you want to also makakuha ka ng pera doon. Kumbaga, economically, it will help you. Baga, pwedeng sagot mo, right? Or either or both. But I'm curious to know what's the spark?
Yeah, like of course you have to be honest, and everybody has their own story, and whatever works for you and whatever your experience is, that worked for me and whatever. So sa akin, it actually really just start na it's a hobby. Like I love taking photos. But the idea came from my wife. Huh?
Why make it a
make
it a business, diba?
Yeah, so exactly. It's kind of like, why not? Like I'm already taking photos and for me to I think it's also a way to share my passion, my art to people. At the same time, kind of help out with cash flow or whatever, like.
And at saka yung camera, medyo mahal naman yun. So at least mabawi man lang yung ginastos ng camera, man ganun, di ba?
Exactly. Because I don't know if, like I said, I don't know if I'm like going ahead, but I guess everything's like organic with our talk, right? Another thing is, okay, so let me just let's save that for later. But so I guess the business side too nanggaling nga sa wife ko because we also have a dance school. So that's the entrepreneurial. That word is so hard to say. Entrepreneurial side of things.
Yeah. Baga yung wife mo yung nag-influence sa'yo sa business side.
Yes. And exactly almost like that is a very big factor too. Gear is so expensive. Like you have to I love gear. Like actually this first I'm really seeing in the first few years of the business, all that money is because I have a full-time job. I'm lucky enough that my full-time job is something that I like, something that I love. So I can focus on whatever the photography business brings in. I can focus on getting better gear, which I also am really passionate about. But like I said, photography, whatever you have, the best camera that you can is the camera that is with you. Not the most expensive or anything, but hey, those things still help and exciting, right?
So how did your wife tell you na just make it a business? Parang di ba? Parang is that a normal conversation sa household niyo na parang you're still doing it. You're doing it already. Why not make it a business, right? And then when I say business, officially, is to register it, yung name, gagawa ka ng name, gagawa ka ng logo. Alam mo yun, why go through that pain? why go through that pain? Because it's hard. It's hard to start a business. It's hard to actually maintain it.
Yeah.
Hindi lang kasi yung passion part eh. May business side of it eh. So, why is that a normal conversation sa household na paano yung usapan na yun? Ng wife?
Yeah, I think it was a normal conversation kasi nga I think the big contribution is yung wife ko, we already operate a dance school, so it's very business minded household already. I myself growing up wasn't really, but now na nag-start na I'm actually really liking the business side of things. I haven't done taxes yet because I don't need to do taxes still, but but maybe that, well, I don't know. Like, I'm okay with math, so I think I'll be okay. But yun nga, so yung business side ng photography business, I really like it. I like listening to podcasts on how to, to improve the business, to get yourself out there, marketing and all these things. So I really like those parts of the business also.
Technically, parang naging business mentor mo ngayon yung wife mo kasi she's been doing it for the longest time. And then, you don't have to ask parang mentor. Kasi usually, I would ask who's the great influence sa buhay mo to start a business. But then, you actually answered that question already before I asked it. Na, your wife would be the mentor that you actually didn't know you have. Diba?
Yeah. And she's like, do this, do that.
Yeah, how was that dynamic? Diba? Parang, how was that dynamic? This is what you have to do. No? Ganun ginagawa sa'yo ng wife mo. Kasi maraming taong may masawa. The reason why I'm talking, I wanna ask you about that, the RB. Kasi maraming mga OFWs na magkahiwalay sila ng pamilya nila, iba asawa na sa ibang bansa, tapos sa bahay yung isa. I want to give value to the audience here. So, what would be the dynamic of that conversation? The difficulties, the good points on how to communicate sa wife mo. Kasi for me, ako yung magsasabi, right? Kasi ako yung medyo business-minded. But on your part, yung wife mo yung business-minded, siya yung nagsasabi sa'yo, right? The communication part, maybe they can get tips on how to handle those things na more often, ako sa OFW sa Hong Kong, domestic helpers, yung mga babae na sa Hong Kong, then how would they say it to their husbands, di ba? Na this is what you have to do. I have an entrepreneurial spirit. I'm learning here. I wanna do more. And how can I impart that to you? And bigat na, no?
Yeah, kasi mahirap. Yeah, to be totally honest, I'm just like looking from the outside, right? Like you were saying na most of the OFWs back home, magkahiwalay sila. So, malaking factor na yung dynamics ng mag-asawa they understand that they're going on the same goal. They have the same goals. They're going on the right path. They're both like everything. They have to be working together and have the understanding that everything that each other is doing is to the right direction of where they want to be in their lives. Like sa amin siguro kasi malaking advantage. We follow Dave Ramsey's teachings with our financials. We started that journey a long time ago, and it really helped us a lot. Like in our relationship, in our financial standings right now. So that whole process that we've been going through for years, I guess that kind of helped when we kind of could shift gears on, all right, we're talking business and no, you know what I mean? Like we have that understanding that we're going, like this is the right thing to do kind of thing. But of course, like anybody can say like, I don't know if that's a good idea. And the other person has to be open to also process that, maybe that is right. Okay. All right. So yeah, it's really just communication also. And yeah, which I understand. It's hard. I work on the ship. Like I worked with so many Filipinos on the ships that, like.
Yun yung problema nila, right?
yeah, it's tough. But yeah, you just have to be on the same page.
Yes. So, with what you're saying na kay Dave Ramsey, sa mga taong hindi nakalan kay Dave Ramsey, he's a financial educator, advocate of financial education na how to handle your personal finances, right? So, the thing is, you might have a goal individually. Your wife might have a goal individually herself. So, with personal finance, lalo na sa family, right? So, kayong dalawa, nung mag-asawa na kayo, you are one, right? So, your finances will actually be combined whether you like it or not. Kasi you have to pay for your household, combined. So, when I say personal finance as a couple, technically it's one. Parang ganon, di ba? So, you've learned to set goals as a couple na kayong dalawa, alam niyo yung nangyayari, saan pumupunta yung pera niya, saan pumupunta yung pera mo, ganyan. Pwede kasi maghiwalay din yung setup eh. But sa amin ng wife ko, pinagko-combine namin yung sweldo namin dalawa, and then yun ang isa lang yung computation namin. But some dynamics na yung asawa yung may sarili siya. But the thing is, yung finances nung isa, alam nung isa, and vice versa. Tapos, meron kayong same goal. You might have your individual goal. So, your wife has a business. So, yung pera, some of the money that you both have will go to that, right? Or especially sa umpisa, yung capital nun. Then you have your own business. So, yung mangyari, a bit of the capital that you need will come from your household expenses, right? And then you go through with it. So, she has to know. And then you have to know on her end as well. Kumbaga, yun din yung sinasabi namin sa mga makikinig ngayon na gustong gumawa ng business, tas husband or wife yung mag-aayos. Dapat transparent yun. Transparent sa isa't isa na nakikita ko yung books mo, when I say books, yung finances mo, nakikita din niya yung books mo. Parang gano'n. No? And technology can help you with that also. Technology can help you with that immensely. So, ang point ko is, you know, as a couple, how to handle your finances, right? There might be ups and downs there, but when it comes to business, when you start a business, it's practically the same thing. It's the same thing. So they've done their homework technically sa kanilang learning sa personal finance. They've done their homework before they actually started a business. They didn't know. They didn't know that they might need it for the business side. But now it became easier for them to navigate that entrepreneurial side or that entrepreneurial journey. Kasi they handle their businesses themselves, or their own personal finance themselves. So I have a chapter on my book. Plugging ng book. Hindi pa gawa na pero it's M. So it's HOME. It's about home. HOME. The M part for me, ME. So HOME. I have E, but the M part is called me. ME. Money in entrepreneur shift. So money in entrepreneur shift, not entrepreneurship. So, ano ba nangyayari sa pera sa entrepreneur? Pag ikaw ay isang entrepreneur, gusto mo kumita, right? Gusto mo kumita yung pera mo.
Oh, yeah.
What if your personal finance, ganun ka rin mag-isip? Yung nakukuha mong sweldo as a salary, gusto mo kumita. Ano yung kita? Ano yung version ng kita entrepreneur sa personal finance? Para sa akin, yung savings mo, yun yung kita mo. So, yung profit mo, yun yung kita mo. But the income is not actually your kita sa personal finance. Yung sinave mo. Kasi yung income mo, ang dami pang mababawas dun eh. So, yung sinave mo, yun yung kinita mo. What if ang thinking natin sa personal finance, lagi tayong may kita. Lagi tayong may savings. Diba? So, yun ang pinapa point out ko na what if ang thinking natin sa personal finance natin ay entrepreneur. Diba? So, money, pera, in entrepreneur shift. So, change of mindset na kahit trabahador ka, you still want to have kita. You still want to have a profit. Na ipasok mo yung kay Dave Ramsey. Yun din naman sinasabi niya. This different way of saying lang. But, nakakatawa na ginawa niya. What made you decide? I'm curious na did you have any personal financial problems at that time why you started, or out of the blue lang siya?
No, it was just like we were living by like below our means. I guess just right there. Like we're saving a little bit and using your credit card, but we never really we started the marriage and we kind of Dave Ramsey'd it so 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 it wasn't very hard.
You did.
Yeah, there's still kind of we didn't spend the money that we didn't have kind of attitude. Kasi yun din parang connected dun sa sinasabi mo, JP, na parang in your personal finances, yung income mo sa trabaho mo, hindi yun yung profit mo. You have to have that savings kasi kumbaga yung mga bills mo and rent and
minus
food, yun yung parang cost of business mo, di ba? So that savings, you really have to, as much as possible, to live below your means. So you can save up for your future. Because, kunwari, with this, I don't know if you'll get demonetized or whatever, with whatever's happening right now, di ba? A lot of people lost their jobs, and I'm lucky that I still have my job. But if for some reason I got laid off, we're still kind of okay. Like there's that emergency fund ready for us to touch. Like that's not getting touched. It's like I said, it's an emergency fund. Like a couch is not an emergency. Like
Ang galing mo
even
na.
tires.
I want to touch up on that. Kasi may nag-ano ako. Importante ito sa mga makikinig yan eh. Diba? When you said a couch is not an emergency, para sa akin kasi meron lang akong definition of emergency nung financial education part ako sa Hong Kong. Mga seminars. Ang nangyayari kasi, yung iba sinasabi nila yung sasakyan mo na butasan is an emergency na, ganyan. I would argue that pa na emergency yun unless yun nga yung pampasok mo sa trabaho, di ba? But kung yung sasakyan naman na yun is, dalawa sasakyan mo tapos sira isa, di hindi pa yung emergency yun, parang gano'n sa akin. Alam mo yun? Na, unless it's a need talaga. So case-to-case basis. But the thing is, para sa akin, parang, alam mo yung pag mga company na, lalo na sa dance, hindi ka pwede mag-absent. Pwede ka na mag-absent kapag patay ka na, mamamatay ka na. Wala yung gano'n. May mga gano'n na mga extreme. Gano'n yung magsabi yung mga tao. Hindi ka pwedeng hindi pumunta sa rehearsal na to, ganyan. So, doon ako sa thinking na extreme thinking na either pag may sakit ang kamag-anak mo, ay hindi emergency fund ng kamag-anak mo. Yung emergency fund mo. So, alam mo yun? Meron dapat siyang emergency fund. Parang gano'n. So, to that extreme, of course, mag-argue niyan, to each his own. Pero sa akin, you have to define what is emergency para sa'yo. Diba? So, magkasakit ang family mo, or ikaw, gano'n, wala namang problema.
Yes.
Okay? Or, alam mo yun, restricted lang siya sa konti. Akin, acts of God. Yan. Katulad ng pandemic na to. Right? You have to use that emergency fund kasi pag nasunugan ka.
Yeah.
Diba? Hindi man acts of God yun, pero syempre, na wala na ka na eh. And then, nawala ka ng trabaho. Yan, definitely. That's the sole purpose of it, yung emergency fund.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why the emergency fund should be like 3 to 6 months of your salary or your expenses, just to cover the months na hindi ka mag-aano. Diba? So, very basic to, but this is actually quite important na you have to define, maybe you and your wife communicate, what is an emergency? Kasi sabi nila, you create an emergency fund. Okay, here we go. But what constitutes emergency? Diba? Yeah. Naputol yung kuko ng asawa mo na extension or ikaw, extension ka. Is that an emergency? Parang ganon, di ba? Nasira yung cellphone mo, paano na yan? Is that an emergency? Yung ganon. You really have to define what is an emergency. Ganon, di ba?
Yeah. Like, example lang, we dito lang sa bahay, like, we own our house now, and with the help of Dave Ramsey, really, we got to buy a house, and it's not fully paid yet, but that's the only loan, I guess you can say. That's the only thing that we owe something. Nothing else. Let's say it's raining, and then there's a leak in your house. That is an emergency for me because that could cause more damage than you will ever see. So you want to fix that as soon as possible. So let's say kung wala kang emergency fund, that's, oh my gosh, that's tough. Like you have to fix that. Like then you have to fix it kind of like as much as you can, I guess, because like I said, we're not spending money, like we're not borrowing money at all. Yung water heater namin nagsimulang mag-leak.
That's an
out of the blue. That's an emergency. Oh, when we bought the house, kasi nung binili namin itong bahay, may emergency fund na rin kami.
Yeah.
So 1 month, this is awesome, man. 1 month in the house, nasa barko ako, nag-back up ang ang water, ang drainage. So plumbers dumating, naglagay ng camera sa pipes and all that stuff. Yeah, may butas ang main pipe ng bahay.
So, kailangan mo ayusin yun.
Oh my gosh, yeah. That kind of set us back a little bit, but yeah, still, we were ready for it. It hurt. It hurt, but we got to pay it cash. It was fixed. And 3 quotes. Every time you have to have a job, 3 quotes. Don't settle with 1. 3 quotes, pare. Unang quote is $19,000. Kasi nasa gitna ng bahay. As in,
so, hindi sinabi sa'yo ng previous owner. Or hindi niya alam siya.
Yeah, well, kasi yung previous owner, flippers eh. Kasi walang tumira dito. So, yun din ang problema. So, hindi rin alam nung nagbenta kasi they flipped this house eh. So, nung inspection ng binibili namin, syempre, run nila lahat ng tubig, lahat naman nagda-drain.
Okay naman.
Pero, kumbaga, real life application ng bahay, wala. So yun, ang laking, yun, first quote was 19, second quote 13, tapos nakakuha kami ng third quote na kumbaga ibang method na yung gagamitin para maayos, 5,000. Like,
okay naman, nice naman.
Just imagine kung kumuha kami ng $19,000 na quote, yung isa lang na yon. Ang sakit pa sa ulo kasi talagang gigibain yung buong bahay pretty much kasi nasa gitna ng bahay.
Yung process pa niya is ganun. Kaya mas but you slowly build the emergency fund again, of course, right?
Yes.
Since you're talking about ownership, home ownership, yan. Usually ang isang OFW, ang unang gagawin is bumili ng bahay. What did you do before buying a house? Are you renting? Relatives?
Yes. I guess both. Kasi nung lumipat kami dito sa States, syempre nung paglipat ko wala akong trabaho. So tapos ang parang strategy namin nung lumipat dito sa States, nauna ako. Tapos si Elizabeth, kinit niya yung job niya sa Hong Kong. Until nakakuha ako ng trabaho dito sa States at saka siya pumunta. Kasi kung dalawa kaming walang trabaho, di ba? That's scary. Tapos during that time, mga 2 years din. I think mga 2 years din, tumira kami sa parents niya. Which is, like, you gotta do what you gotta do eh. And then she started her business. Her dance school, it started sa corner ng bedroom namin. as in fold, I don't have the table na. Pero as in foldable na
mat,
side table.
Okay.
Isang laptop. That's all it started. 4 kids.
Okay.
Now we have, I think 100 something na kids.
That's good. Because the business of your wife is dance school at very niche, diba? Very niche yung kanyang business.
It's a very specific dance school pa. Sometimes we have ballet and stuff. We encourage the kids to take ballet and all that stuff. Pero ang dance school namin is really like Scottish Highland dancing. So
Scottish Highland
very
dancing.
specific.
If hindi nyo alam yan, just Google it, malalaman nyo na
it's
quite specific.
Common mistake is Irish. Common mistake is river dance and all these things.
But it's not.
It's totally different. No.
It's
Scottish, not Irish.
Scottish. So, nakakatawa kasi kaya gusto kong i-bring up yung topic ng home ownership. Kasi usually ang ginagawa ng mga tao, I mean, to each his own, but for me, would you say na yung business ng asawa mo, or technically, business ninyo, is siya din na nagbayad ng bahay. In a way, siya ang nagbayad ng bahay niyo. Bulk of the money niya, bukod sa sweldo mo, sa kanya man yung sa school niya, is mostly may kasalanan kung bakit kayo nakabili ng bahay.
Sa amin, I think it's still very combination pa rin ng savings in the past and Um,
So you really saved
also,
up for that, and then the business helped on the.
yeah, the business help, of course, kasi income siya. Tapos,
Second source, kumbaga.
and then I lost my train of thought.
Kumbaga, nakatulong ba siya sa pagbaon ng business niyo or yung savings lang yung ginamit niya pambali ng bahay? It helped, right?
Combination
talaga. Yeah, combination. What I'm saying is, and then you can
kasi
make
di ba parang ang sa teachings din ni Dave, di ba? Dave Ramsey. Kung meron kang so it's steps, di ba? Na parang it's not the system will not work if you pick and choose what is
you only
convenient.
like.
It has to work together. It has to be slow. One of the things is kung meron kang investments na hindi retirement, use it for what you need right now through the steps. So we paid off whatever debt and all that stuff. I sold my car. Like I got my first job dito, and then I was like, okay, now I have a job. I can sign and get a car. I got a 2012 Honda Accord. And then we took the classes, di ba, Dave Ramsey, and then I realized,
mali pala yun. It's an expense.
That's wrong. Tsaka it was 5 years to pay. Just imagine 5 years that it's going to something that depreciates, and that's very important. That's a very important factor, I think. So I sold that car, got a cheap car that I paid cash for, and I actually sold that car last year. Yeah, I love that car. I finally sold it last year, and actually that's the money that I bought to buy this camera.
Ang galing, no? So parang nangyari is you bought something na nagde-depreciate to buy something na hindi mag-appreciate yung tool, but mag-appreciate yung makakatulong sa income sa business.
Oh yes,
so parang
definitely. Cameras.
Yeah, in essence, you converted the car into a business.
Yes.
Right? Just because,
and then I guess
because you want to follow the
yeah, and I guess my whole point of that was, so may mga parang investments na hindi naman kumikita, mga as in, what do you call those? I can't remember what they're called, but investments na hindi naman kumikita, lumalago. So we took that out, and then we took our savings and then piled it up for a down payment. Then we got the house. Now this house, yeah, I think we're good.
Instead of thinking of buying a house first, para sa akin, because as a house is actually a liability, right? Would you say it's a liability, especially kung again hindi mo binayaran agad ng malaki or yung down payment mo is mababa unless it's only an asset kung pinaparentahan mo siya na mas malaki yung rent kaysa sa mortgage mo, right? Yun yung paniniwala ko. So it's better to actually start a business, an income stream, a second stream of income, again more income, and then yung income na yon bukod yung savings mo, yung tinatawag mo, income mo personally, income mo, right? Profit mo sa personal finance mo, which is yung savings mo. So all na pambili ng iyong bahay ay galing sa profit sa personal finance, which is your savings, profit sa iyong business, sa business ng asawa mo. And then you said you love the car, but the thing is you get rid of an asset. You not get rid of a liability and made it into not really, the tool is an asset because it generates income. Diba? So
yes, exactly.
indirectly. So I think the lesson here is buy assets, not liabilities na nakatabon, naka-camouflage as an asset. And the bahay is a liability na naka-camouflage as an asset. So, what are assets ngayon? So, yun yung ginawa niya. Gumawa ka ng business for me. Yun ngayon yung message na ina-impart ko na if you're an OFW, communicate the plan to your wife, to your family members, everything. Na balak mong bumili ng asset in the near future. Let's say, 2 taon yung kontrata mo, which is the usual contract ng mga domestic helpers sa Hong Kong. So, 2 taon na yon, the plan is to buy an asset. And again, being a homeowner is good. It feels good. But the thing is, that is not an asset. That is a liability camouflaged as an asset. Kaya nakakatawa yung journey mo. Kasi you already have a business first and you already have profits sa much of the savings na separate from your emergency fund. Diba? So, nakakatuwa kasi ikaw yung naging definition ng paniniwala ko na you're buying an asset, a real asset now. Diba?
Yeah. And the thing is too,
I won't pay mortgage, but the business pays for it.
Yeah. And the thing is too, when you were saying that yung bahay is a liability that is disguised as an asset, I think that is especially true, or at least for me, JP, that is very true if wala kang emergency fund.
Yep.
That's why I said with Dave Ramsey's teachings, you have to go through the steps. You can't jump around and it has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because you have to be ready to buy a house. Because the house, yes, it appreciates its value, right? Which is what you want. And it's not like a car na parang through the years, it goes down in value. Houses go up in value. And that is the dream, to have the house. Like you're saying, it's like, oh my gosh, diba? So that is the dream. Pero pag wala kang emergency fund, that dream will become a nightmare. Because like I said, if nagkatulo ka sa bubong and you don't have the money, and then you use your credit card or you'll borrow money from family, or that's just extra stress. But if you are ready, you have the emergency fund, whatever happens to the house, your washing machine breaks, your dishwasher breaks, whatever it is. Oh, we had like a big water deal too, and we fixed that. It was an inconvenience. It's very inconvenient, but you have the money to pay for it, and then you move on. And I think that's what's important before you buy a house. And yeah, if you're renting, at least dito sa States, di ba? I don't know, probably the same sa Pinas, na pag nag-rent ka, masira yung washing machine, tawag ka lang sa landlord. Hey, landlord, my washing machine, kasi sa kanya yun, then they'll fix it. Or whatever it is, it's their thing. So there's nothing wrong with renting.
Yeah.
If you're not ready to buy a house, rent. That's the big thing about.
Kasi lagi lang ito yung usual reason Ay, kasi wala kasi akong bahay, nagre-renta lang kami. Okay, let's compute that. Magkano rent mo? 10,000. Magkano yung bahay? 50,000 mortgage for 25 years or 25,000. Kasi sabi mo, I don't want to sell for anything less. Kukuha ka ngayon ng 5 bedroom, 5 baths, di ba, na bahay. Kasi nga, sabi mo, kaya naman capacity ko, di ba? Kasi naman sa nag-rent kami, di ba? Sayang naman yung renta namin. Doon lang sa pangungusap na yon. You're paying for a 25,000 mortgage sa bahay na gustong-gusto mo, I get it, gustong-gusto mo. But your rent is 10. So yung pangungusap mo, kasinungalingan na. Sayang naman kasi yung 10,000 rent na pwede naman ako mag-own. Negative 15 ka na nun eh.
Yeah. Tsaka, hindi na sayang. Kasi nakatira ka dun eh. May bubong ka sa ibabaw ng ulo mo. So hindi siya sayang. You're actually paying for something that you need.
Diba? So nakakatuwa yun. Nakakatuwa na yung mga ganung bagay parang kasinungalingan yung sinasabi mo yung reason mo to buy a house is actually not feasible unless you have emergency fund, unless you have a business to actually maintain it, ganyan, di ba? So nakakatuwa yung mga ganung mga isa lang sa mga I'm sure maraming kahit sa mga real estate mga makita ko ng real estate na mga programs, it's something na pinag-aawayan. Alam mo yun? Hindi. You have to rent first. You have to buy it first, get rent first, buy it first. Again, to each his own. But for me, my belief is you really have to understand if it's really an asset or liability. If you're on a negative already, na ang reason mo is yung rent mo is malaki, it's not true. It's not, hindi yun ang dahilan kung bakit ka bibili ng bahay. Right? Well, unless, di ba, yung bahay na binili mo na, alam mo yun, yung, again, 5,000 lang yung mortgage, pero nirerenta mo 10. Yun, that's true. Tama nga naman, di ba? And then, magiging sa'yo pa siya in a span of maybe 15 years or 10 years, so depende kung ano yung katagal yung mortgage. And then, secondary na lang yung appreciation nung secondary income na lang yung appreciation nung bahay. So technically, you're on a positive 5,000 every month for, let's say, 10 years, right? And then, meron ka na ngayong bahay na sarili after. Then, on that day, you would say na yung bahay mo is an asset. Yeah? Kasi positive 10 ka na sa kumbaga 10,000 kung nag-renta ka. Nakakatuwa yun. Nakakatuwa na napunta na specifics ng bahay kasi medyo doon tayo napunta
naging financial.
Naging financial which is technically that's what I believe in. Yung financial education nag-start sa personal finance, but the real ending for me my belief is yung ending ng financial education is actually starting a business. Right? Baga you're creating a second you. Diba?
Mm-hmm.
So, personal finance, ikaw yon. If you make a business, dalawa na kayo. So, technically, ang ginawa mo sa personal finance, of course, a little bit of tweaking needed. Yung corporation or yung business na ginawa mo, that's a second you. You're multiplying yourself. If you make a third business, tatlo ka na. Diba? So, tatlo na yung profit na makukuha mo. Sweldo mo, yung sweldo ng business mo, at saka sweldo ng pangalawang business mo. Diba? So, if you buy most of those, right? Always buy assets, diba? Bili ka na ng bili. When I say bili, kasi may mga businesses na binibenta ng ibang tao, tapos papalaguin mo lang, diba? Or you can start your own. Then, nakakatawa na marami ka ngayong assets and then income streams mo ngayon napapasok. Papasok na ngayon kay Dave Ramsey again or to make it more simpler, si Robert Kiyosaki na buy assets, not liabilities, disguised as an asset. Tapos, make it grow. Diba? So, nakakatawa.
Yeah.
Doon tayo napunta, wala tayong magagawa.
Also very important to take note na when you start your business, open a bank account for that business.
Yun.
And the money stays there. Like don't mix your personal bank account and the business bank account. It's messy for taxes and visibility too. And it's just it's bad news. Don't do that.
Yan ang sakit namin ng una napagsama namin dati yun Napagsama namin dati yung isa namin. And then
those are the very first things that I'd have to do in my business. Because
that's
I'm
good advice.
still
good advice.
Yeah, I think I'm still on that stage that I'm just starting my business, right? So I got my kumbaga parang SSS number, EIDI or something number. I can't remember na. So I got that from the state to kind of register the business, and then I went to the bank, opened a business account, and it has to be a business account. And then all transactions, everything, lahat ng bibilin mo for the business. Let's say I bought the lens, I bought the flash, I bought lights. Lahat yan ay doon sa bank account na yun, hindi sa personal. And also that kind of keeps you, because like I said, we don't borrow money. Like I don't use a credit card for the business. I don't believe like good loans because it's a business loan kind of thing. But that's my personal thing. That's what's working for us. So that's what we're doing, right? So everything that is in that bank account is for the business. If I buy this, it's coming from that bank account.
There's profit,
and also, yes, and then you'll learn how to kind of pay yourself. Like you don't, let's say you do a job, let's say you do a photo shoot for a wedding, and it's like, I don't know, 2,500. Lahat, hindi yung 2,500 pupunta sa pocket mo. You have to put in money dun sa bank account ng business, and then you pay yourself a rate. You kind of figure out a good rate for yourself for your work, and then you deposit it into your personal account. And then you have, and also, so from that pay, that you paid yourself from, kailangan mo ring i-compute yung taxes mo from that. Kasi remember, kung meron kang ordinaryong trabaho, di ba, yung kumpanya yung nag-take ng taxes, they withhold and all that stuff. Yeah. Pero pag may sarili kang business, lahat yun sa'yo.
Ikaw magkukontrol ng taxation mo eh.
Lahat yan. So those things, it's easier, it's cleaner, no wishy-washy, whatever.
Baga, para sa akin, pwede mong gawin na hindi mo gawin yun, pero niloloko mo ng sarili mo.
Yeah.
Niloloko mo ng sarili mo. Marami kang niloloko.
Yeah, pwede mo man talagang gawin whatever you want to do, really. But you have to face the consequences.
Ikaw na bahala. Baga, you have to face the consequences pag hindi mo bayad ng tax. Yung sinasabi mo is about the taxation, right? Which is very, very important. Lalo na sa atin, ang taxation ng Pilipinas sa US medyo pareho eh. So, yung withholding tax. So, medyo, iba kasi sa Hong Kong side, diba? Ang taxation doon. It's a yearly taxation personal. So, technically, nagtatrabaho ka sa business mo eh, diba? So, just look at your business as ikaw din ay trabahador nun. Meaning, meron din taxation involved sa pagtatrabaho mo sa sarili mong business. Hindi naman kasi, again, it's a second you, but it's not you. It's a second you, but it's not you. It's a separate entity. Your company is a separate entity. Na ikaw, technically, yung first you, ang nagtatrabaho doon sa second you. Diba? So, ibig sabihin, kailangan mo rin pasweldohin yun. Kasi imagine mo kung hindi gumawa ng company, pero hindi ikaw yung nagtatrabaho. Papasweldohin mo pa rin naman yun eh. It's just so happen na ikaw din yung trabahador ng sarili mong company. Lagi natin isipin yun na it's a separate entity na you have to pasweldo mo sarili mo. Maybe at first hindi pa dahil lahat out yung yung
like I said,
negative ka pa.
Gear.
out pa, negative pa siya. So baga hindi pa siya makabalik. And then saka lang siya But the thing is, if you make it a separate entity, at may sweldo ka buwanan, that is cash flow. Meaning ngayon na daily mo na or monthly mo na kukuha. But there's a second profit from it, which is yung profit ng company. Right? Hindi yung sweldo mo doon sa company mo, yung profit mo. No. Again, yung savings mo na kukuha sa profit na nakukuha mo sa company. Ulitin natin yun ha. Yung savings mo sa nakukuha mo sa sweldo mo sa second company mo or sa company mo, yung savings doon, so isibalik pang porsyento, yun yung profit mo. But the business itself, if it's not on a negative na, nag-ROI na siya, then yung profit nun, yung net or gross income minus expenses, yung net, yun yung income mo. Yun na ngayon yung profit mo. It's still yours. Technically, because it's the second you, it's still yours. Right? Kung dalawa kayong owner nun, 50-50 kayo. Kung tatlo kayong owner, baga, 1/3 kayo. But the thing is, that profit is yours. But for the purpose of taxation, you really have to hiwa-hiwalay mo yon. Crucial yan. Napaka-crucial niyang part na yan. Kasi maraming tao ay tinatakas lang nila yung kanilang mga taxes. Diba? Niluloko mo lang ang sarili mo at yung gobyerno mo. At kakainin ka niyan after. Yun yung nangyayari sa mga Alam mo yun, nababalitaan mong mga individuals na gumagawa sila ng sariling business. For example, mga sikat na artista, di ba? Gawa sila ng something else. And then, hindi nila paghihiwalay. Tapos malaman mo, tax evasion yung kanilang mga kaso.
Yeah.
Diba? So, don't let that happen to you. So, umpisa, go to the right way of doing things. I bought a book. I bought a book ng endorsed by Bo Sanchez. So, anong nangyari sa kanya? Lahat ng kailangan mong gawin to start a business in the Philippines mayroon kasing bagong law ngayon train law na in-adjust na yung mga taxation. So, nakuha ko yon at lagi niyang ina-emphasize every chapter. Then sabi niya, pwede mong lokohin ang gobyerno. Pero ba't magagawin yun? Diba?
Yeah.
Nakatingin si Lord. Parang gano'n. Babalik sa'yo yan eh. Yung mga lahat ng mga kabutihang ginagawa mo sa mga follow the rules, ay babalik sa'yo yan. I want to emphasize that kasi maraming gumagawa ngayon ng mga online businesses pero hindi naman rehistrado. Diba? That's why I asked you specifically, RD. When I asked you to be a guest on this OFWpreneurs Podcast, I asked if you're registered.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So, yun ang in a way is isa sa mga requirements ko. Kasi, alam ko yung hirap nung, Ayan, naalala ko tuloy, ang hirap lalo sa Hong Kong, napakaraming pag food ang ginawa mo, naku po, 4 na departamento ang kausap mo. Tapos minsan hindi pag-uusap yung 4 na departamento na yon. Walang ganon. Kumbaga, sabi sa akin, isa patay. So, and then, amplified yun sa paggagawin mo sa Pilipinas. Kasi doon, pag mayroon kang makakausap talaga, amplified yung pagdating dito, hindi pa kasama yung mga kandidato na kailangan mong kaalyado, mga ganun pa. May factor din yun. Yeah. So, I wanna emphasize that you just have to follow the rules of the land, law of the land, to make this happen. Kasi it will also help you, diba? Help you in the long run, right? So,
you don't want to deal with it in the future.
Scratch mo na yun. You don't want to worry about it.
Do it right the first time and forget about it. And you won't live your life like, oh my gosh, what if they find out? What if
yung usually mga dahilan, reasoning na sinasabi. Malit lang naman ako, hindi na ako pagtutuunan ng pansin, right? But the thing is, your dream is to make it big, right? You wanna make your business big. So you're small now, but you will eventually be big. And then the system na nakasanayan mo is ganito. It will haunt you again in the end. Diba? So, kung ikaw ay isang trabahador, ayaw mo namang gawin sa'yo yun eh. Baga yung kumpanya mo, tinatakasan yung tax, diba? Apektado ka rin nun eh. Well, it might be in the future, magkakaroon ka ng maraming empleyado. Diba?
Mm-hmm.
So, technically, you jeopardize their income or their livelihood kung sila natatrabaho sa'yo. So, don't think about yourself at this time. Even if you're a solopreneur right now. Diba? Nakakatawa yan.
And it's worth saying too na if you do things right, then they will point you to the right direction. Because even if you don't believe or whatever, the Lord sees that you're doing the right thing. And the Lord will give you blessings. That's also from Dave. But it's true because down the line, let's say you cheat or whatever, down the line your company is as big as whatever, and then now you are responsible for the lives of your employees, and and it's bad news. And sure, some people will say like, you can't eat your morals or whatever, but come on, really, it's a simple thing. Like, why not do it right? I don't know.
Parang tawid lang sa pedestrian lane, parang gano'n. It's quite a simple thing na the consequences might not be dire yet, might not be huge yet, but it will haunt you in the end. Diba?
Yeah.
And then just think about it this way. Pag mayroon kang anak, nakita niya ginagawa mo 'yon. Explain yourself now. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Try to explain that to your child now. Diba? So, hindi ka makakatakas dyan. Diba? Kasi ikaw nagtuturo sa kanya, sabi mo, you do it the right way, ganito, ganyan. Napangalan mo. And then, you're actually not doing it yourself. For me, your business actually is your child. It is your child.
Mm-hmm.
So, let it learn the right way. So, babalik din siya sa'yo. Right? Yung babalik yung everything good sa binigay mo sa kanya. Nakakatawa yung usapan natin, medyo seryoso. So, medyo ipagkaanin natin ng konti. Ano yung escape mo ngayon? Ngayon, nag-quarantine. Ayan na, pagkaanin natin. Ano yung escape mo? Escape. Baga, hindi mo ginagawa before. It might be, nag-collect ulit ng trolls, gano'n. O kaya nung napanood mo yung Last Dance ni Michael Jordan, binili ka mo yung lahat ng mga NBA cards mo. Yung mga gano'n. From a big thing or simple thing up to you, ano yung escape mo ngayong nag-quarantine tayo, nag-lockdown?
When it started, ang naging escape ko, Yu Yu Hakusho, Ghost Fighter.
Pinanood mo na finally? Natapos mo lahat yung gano'n?
Kasi naging available siya sa Hulu eh. So, naging available sa Hulu and I was like, oh my gosh! Although it's in English, it's not the same nostalgia na Tagalog, di ba? But still, at least I got to finish the whole saga. At least with... Yeah, because it ended, right? It ended with the Ryzen and all that stuff when Eugene kind of...
I don't watch anime. Ang isang anime
oh my gosh!
Ranma 1/2. Yun lang.
Oh, yeah, that's good too.
Wala akong ibang...
I know why.
Alam mo na. So, watch, kung sa mga hindi nakapanood, panood niyo Ranma 1/2, alam niyo na ang ibig ko sabihin. So, anyway, kaya hindi ko ginawa yun kasi alam kong mayroon akong addictive nature. Na-addict ako agad. So, pag inumpisahan ko ang anime, hindi ko tatapusin. Tatapusin ko siya kahit anong mangyari. So, pinigilan ko na siya. So, I stayed away with that.
The good thing kasi, yung Ghost Fighter is very nostalgic for me. That's why I watched it. Kasi it was a very big part ng high school life namin sa Makiling, sa Philippine High School for the Arts. Bata So parang magkakabarkada kami, may kanya-kanya pang character, di ba? So,
Regan!
So yeah. Oh yes. And then
it made you smile, right? It made you happy. So
oh yeah, and then I guess to kind of not really seryoso, pero I started YouTube. I started YouTube channel with this while we're on quarantine. I have my YouTube channel and and I guess kind of like going back to the business side of things is you really just have to start. There's something to say about, di ba may parang kasabihan sa Pinas na hindi parang hindi okay ang okay na or okay lang. It has to be like perfect.
Pwede na.
Yes, yeah, okay, yeah. Pero at some point, like I said, kung masyado kang perfectionist na kailangan everything is perfect, you might end up not creating anything.
Yes.
Like, it will actually stop you. So, it has that kailangan balance dun sa perfection or quality of your work at saka to produce. Diba? Parang you have to start somewhere. Like, I have my YouTube channel. I'm not the best of it. And I know it. And I am...
But you learn.
Yes. Like, I know that I'm learning. And every time I put out a video, there's something to learn and all these things, and it's pretty cool. Like I'm really happy I started, and videos will keep going.
Yeah, the first thing for me is kung masaya ka ba, right? Masaya ba sa ginagawa mo? Okay na. Tapos na. Then do it. Sabi na hindi kasi perfect, right? Wait. Balik tayo ulit. Basic. Masaya ka ba? Oh, and then let's go with that. It's quite simple. Masaya ka ba sa ginagawa mo? Huwag ka nang gumawa ng dahilan. Di ba? Kasi ulitin ko ulit. Masaya ka ba pag ginagawa mo yun? Oo. Then do it. Ito maybe you can listen to this. Natawa ako kasi binalik mo to. Thinking ko to kanina nung sinasabi mo yan. And then nawala sa isip ko. Pero binalik mo ulit. The same stream of thought nabalik mo sa akin. So I wanna emphasize on this. Diba? Sabi nila, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing with quality. Quality is in the eye of the beholder, right? Ngayon, paano mo matetest ngayon yung quality? Paano mo matetest? Ikaw mo decide? You put it out, right? You put it out. Ngayon, pag nakita ng mga tao na maganda yon, then maganda yun. Hindi ikaw. Yeah. Your quality might be different from their standard of quality. Now, whose standard of quality is important? Yours or them? For me, it's them. Why? You're putting it out for them to watch. So the quality of what they're watching is in their eyes. Hindi sa mata mo. So, enough about your pride. Enough about your perfectionism, right? Again, walang masama maging perfectionist. Kasi alam ko na hindi ka maging perfect eh. So, the best way you can do it, right? But the thing is, when it comes to content, you have to put it out. Okay, I can attest to that. You know why? Wala akong gear. Wala akong kahit ano. This is an impulse. This OFWpreneurs Podcast is an impulse. Nag-exercise ako, sabi ko gumana ng utak ko, sabi ko, wait, ano ba yung strength ko? Right? Go with that. Your strength. Ikaw, yung mga gusto mo.
Talking.
Ano ba yung strength to? Talking. Alam mo yan. Kami ni RB, meron kaming side anecdote. Whenever we talk, we can talk hours. We can stay
Oh my God,
3 o'clock in the morning. Kaya namin yan. Mapag-uusapan namin lahat. Ang kailangan namin gawin is to set a limit. We have to set a limit so that we should stop. Right? So, I think that's my strength. Right? You can attest to that. Yung strength ko na makipag-usap. Kayang-kaya ko pa mag-usap. At saka, maraming nagsasabi na hindi lang kadadala ng sinasabi ko. I make sense. I talk sense, kumbaga. That's why you really have to have on the same wavelength before we can enjoy each other's company. Parang ganun. I'm not saying na ibang wavelength hindi ko kayang pagsamahan. Kasi naikot ko na ang squatters area papunta sa iba-ibang lugar eh. So, kumbaga kaya kong hindi bumaba kasi hindi naman yun iba-ibang wavelength. When I say wavelength is hindi yung taas or baba. It's about your way of thinking. Your pakikipag-usap mo. Now, natutuwa ako kasi that I think is my strength. I can talk to any type of people. Kumbaga, hindi ko kayang-kaya ko makipag-usap sa mga iba-ibang klase ng tao kung namang tatayuan niya sa buhay. So, why is it na hindi ko ginagawa yun? Meron ng podcast eh. By podcast na, ba't hindi ko pa ginagawa yun, di ba? So, this is an impulse. But you might say na, ba't mo ginawa yun? Wala ka pa namang mic. Ba't mo ginawa yun? Wala ka pa namang camera. Ang gamit ko lang is yung laptop ko na, yung Webcam yung internal webcam nung
built-in.
Yeah. At papakita ko sa inyo na yan ang aking workstation. Right? Yan lang workstation. Sa kama ako ngayon, backdrop lang to. Yan lang. Walang iba. Walang pumigil sa aking magsalita. Kasi magsasalita. Hindi lang ang pagsasalita, pero magsasalita lang naman ako. Tapos, I can already help other people just by listening to it. Diba? Isa sa mga advantages ng podcast ay kung i-check ito sa Apple iTunes. Ano na yan, plugin na yan, Apple iTunes. OFWpreneurs Podcast is available in iTunes. Just check it out. OFWpreneurs, Overseas Filipino Entrepreneurs with Big Ideas. So just search that. There will be a link on this YouTube video na pag-click mo yon, may play mo siya habang nag-workout ka. Na hindi ka tulad ng YouTube. Pag-click mo yung YouTube, umalis ka sa YouTube, mawawala yung sound. But for the podcast, i-play mo yun sa podcast, pumunta ka, nag-scroll ka sa Facebook, wherever, nag-play pa rin yung podcast sa ear mo. So, pwede mo siyang ilagay sa sasakyan, ganyan, nakikinig ka, workout ka. Yun yung, para sa akin, is a very great hack into reading something or onto, instead of watching on TV, mag-aantay mo pa yung time slot, kung kailan siya palabas. Since audio is enough for you to actually get the gist of what they're trying to say or yung kwento niya, yung story niya, magagawa mo na kaagad. Right? So, kaya ako naisip na, that's actually my strength. No, let me give you a reason kung bakit napansin ko na strength ko rin siya. I don't prepare anything. I don't prepare questions. I don't prepare anything. Mm-hmm. I don't even ask the guest to prepare anything. Right? Except for the introduction of themselves. Kasi baka mamaya maging nobela yun eh. Nakakatakot kasi pag sinabi mo, kwento mo nga sarili mo, naku, yung 1 oras na yung kwento. So,
pinanganak ako.
Diba? So, ikinukwento niya lahat ng yung buong timeline niya. So, kaya ako ginawa, ang inirequire ko lang sa mga guests is to think of their 2-minute origin story. Diba? After that, anything goes. Ito, hindi pa na ito. Kung saan mapunta yung usapan, doon tayo mapupunta. That's it. Diba? So, nakakatuwa na you found your strength, so you have to be self-aware, and then get the content out. Get it out there. You don't know kung sino matutulungan mo. If there's one person, I'm good. Right? I don't even care about the subscription. Of course, I ask for you to subscribe, but I don't care about it now. My thinking is to actually pumiga ng value sa'yo. Alam mo yun? To give value to other people na nakikinig ngayon, I want to pigain sa iyo, sa guest ko, kung ano yung mga maitutulong nila sa inyo. Yun lang ang aim ko. Right? Kasi takot sila mag-start. So listen to people who are, hindi na restrict sa starting yung guest ko eh. People who are already successful, people who are starting, and people who are midway, people who actually failed. Yung mga gano'n. Usually yung mga kausap ko ngayon. Kasi this is an appropriate time. The pandemic is an appropriate time to ask these type of questions. Kasi lumalabas talaga yung tunay na kulay. Hindi masama yun lumalabas yung totoong kwento. Kasi they're on a failure stage ngayon eh. Meron akong thinking na sinasabi ko, lahat ng mga nakita mo successful na tao, ang nakikita mo na yung success nila. Right? But just imagine if they are talking about their failures at the time they failed. Let's say, may video si Steve Jobs ng pangungusap niya or the way he talks after siyang tinanggal sa Apple na company yung kanyang binild. Right? Imagine mo kung gano'ng karaming murang naririnig mo doon. Tapos, yung switch ng thinking niya, napanood mo. Right? Napanood mo yung switch ng thinking niya kung bakit siya gumawa ng next. Bakit niya ginawa yung next? To lure in Apple again and then pagbalik. Tapos ang thinking niya kung bakit. Just imagine yung, siguro puro mura yon pero yung thinking niya at the time he failed, that is a valuable resource to listen to. Valuable resource. Yeah. I will listen to that all day long. Hindi yung kanyang autobiography ng kanyang success. Diba? Kumbaga, autobiography of the way he thinks at the time he failed. Right? That's a very good content.
And it's very important to realize that don't be afraid to fail because that's the only way you learn. And the only way is up. Like if you start up, where do you think you're going? You're gonna go down, right? So if you start here, like it's natural. Parang natural lang talaga na. Of course, you'll fail a couple of times. Like let's say I guess I don't want to say I'm a perfect example, but I'm starting the business. I'm still in that stage that I'm trying to figure out what works. Diba? Na parang okay, even my pricing. I'm like okay, I'll price myself like this. If it doesn't work, then I'll think of another way and adjust. That's just how it works. That's like I said, you just have to start. You have to do it.
Yeah. The idea is nothing. Idea. This is entitled, by the way, Ronbert Ignacio with Big Ideas. Right? But ideas are nothing. He had an idea and he started. Right? That's where it matters. The starting.
Yes. Like yung idea mo, if you don't do that idea, it will not go anywhere. Sayang lang, andyan lang siya. Kailangan, if you have that idea, you have to really, if you need to plan it, like, okay, so this is, write it down.
What works for you? Some people don't write it, but what works for you, do it.
Yeah. It feels good that you accomplished something and all these things. Like, I have ideas right now, but that I need to do let's say in photography, like I said, I want to focus on, let's say high school seniors. Dito sa States, uso yung high school senior photos. I don't know if sa Pinas ganun din. It wasn't really a thing back when we were there in school. I guess it's kind of part of social media. Maybe, I don't know. But I do like doing that because, it commemorates that stage in their lives that you won't be able to get back and all these things. Like their personalities during that time, what do they
don't have to wait for the yearbook to see.
It's really like a
ng yearbook. Yeah? I think that's how I look at it. Instead of waiting for the yearbook of the school to get out, you actually create your own yearbook with that particular
school. Like families, they just do themselves, right?
That's a very good marketing strategy. Why wait for a yearbook when you can create it by yourself? Right?
Yeah.
Go with frameworks for it.
Right?
We specialize on this.
So that will be a service that I could provide and actually maybe focus on with my photography business.
Dahil lang yun yung uso.
Like I said,
Dahil lang yun yung uso, di ba? But you can still adjust.
Yeah. But I think it's not, hindi naman na uso ngayon talaga. As in, mukhang it's really part of life now, I guess.
Yeah. Normal na siya.
Yeah, because like I said, and the thing is too, if you get families na parang, 'di ba, digital photos lang ang habol, then yeah, that's their whole goal is social media, whatever. That's
To
fine,
post
whatever
it.
works. But if you find, because I think the money is in the prints. If you find families na willing na, if you're not willing, if you can't afford it, there's nothing wrong with it. Pero if you want to go, like further than digital files and social media, print it out, big canvas prints, like, and so that's good. But as I was saying, kasi nga, ang interest ko sa photography ay hindi lang yon. So I have a wider like interest, like landscapes and street photography and all that stuff. So my idea right now, which I have to do, is um, is to shoot those things and have, let's say, a series of very limited prints of those things. Let's say
Ano yan?
in this time frame. But of course, I have to market this, right? Because even if you do it, it's on your website, but you have to get people to see that. You have to market that.
Yes.
But right, so that's my idea. Let's say in this 3 months time, I have this series of prints that is available on my website. Let's say 3 photos of this series
For them to print.
available in these sizes, and it's only like 30 prints or 15 prints, very limited. So there's that
Scarcity. Scarcity.
There's that scarcity, and it makes it special. Of course, it has to be good,
Yeah.
but like you said, some like
Quality is on the end.
It might look crap on the other people. Other people might look at like I don't know, like the Mona Lisa. I don't know, but whatever makes you happy, because I am happy doing that, and I'm willing to share that to people.
Yes.
And I guess the money is great and always welcome, but it could be a bonus. Like it's a bonus, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, that could be an income generating thing that it's actually even passive income. You do the work, you edit as you need to and whatever, and then you post it, and then while you sleep somebody buys it, and then you make your money.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, in every season maybe that will change, like 3 months time, this is the series. After that, all right, this series is going out, put it on sale. I don't know, maybe because like I said, these are still just ideas floating in my head, right? So yeah, that's one of the ideas right now. So hopefully
one thing ginagawa ko, I have a in a way simple process of checking it out. Let's say I have an idea, right? I go first to GoDaddy and check if it can be a website. That's the first thing I'm trying to do. Pag available siya, wow, available siya. Di gagawin ko na siya. I-check ko siya sa Instagram. Pag check ko siya sa Instagram, available pa siya sa Instagram. Pag check ko sa Facebook, available din siya. Which it doesn't necessarily mean na available, kasi pwede kang umulit-ulit lang sa Instagram tsaka sa Facebook eh. Same name, kahit 5 kayong OFWpreneurs, wala namang problema sa kanila eh. But the thing is, sa website, ikaw lang yon. Ikaw lang yung ganon. So, ang point ko is, i-check ko muna sa website kung meron yun, kung available siya. And then, saka ko siya gagawin sa Instagram and Facebook or everything else in between, lahat ng mga socials. And then yun na ngayon. Yun naman gagawin. So, you talk about social media, but what do you think about social media right now? So, is it a positive thing, a negative for you? Is it something na you might wanna, kung may anak ka, papahawak mo sa kanya ba yun? Gano'n? So, I wanna know your 2 cents.
I think everything really is with a balance, right? Like, with whatever everything that's happening right now, like go through Facebook, and it hurts. Everything that you see on Facebook hurts, right? The pandemic and the protests, and which is very serious situations that are events going on right now here in the States. So yeah, in moderation, it's good. I mean, and let's say Instagram, let's say you have a photography business, and sometimes Instagram already pretty much replaced the portfolio. Like,
Siya yung portfolio.
some clients would, yeah, like and I guess it still depends on the industry that you're going to. Like if maybe kunwari kung commercial photography ka and it's like big companies, maybe they'll still want to see a portfolio. But for sure, somebody in that company will still go to your Instagram and scroll and see what your work is.
That's how you
That's
check
why
it now, right?
yeah, it's very important. Like medyo napabayaan ko honestly, medyo napabayaan ko yung Instagram, pero I'm back.
I'm back.
Yeah. Well, kasi and here's the thing too na parang kind of connected sa sinasabi natin, you just have to do it. You just have to create content, put it out there. There are a lot of things there's a lot of things on social media na parang you have to do this, you have to do that. But if it limits you and you're not, I think that's what happened on my Instagram because I have to do this, I have to do that. Oh, this photo doesn't fit. Although yes, it does help that your grid is pretty because that's like first impression, 'di ba? Yung kumbaga kulay ng grid mo, it helps like of course. Pero kung ini-stop naman niya yung productivity mo, then it's I don't know, that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, I get
Maybe
that.
I'll get to that stage.
So you're super preoccupied with on how it looks. Wala ka namang nagagawang content. Alam mo yun?
Yeah.
Yes, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful yung Sham. Bakit? Sham lang nagawa mo eh.
Yeah.
When you could have done 90. Right? You could have done 90.
Yeah.
You were restricted because masyado kang preoccupied sa itsura, masyado kang preoccupied sa everything else in between.
Yeah. And like I guess if you are starting, yes, you will make mistakes. And it's okay. Like I appreciate all the like videos on YouTube, everything. Like it's all education for me. I don't necessarily disagree with things, but sometimes you have to learn these mistakes yourselves.
Yeah.
Because yung hands-on ba eh, di ba? Parang kumbaga para ka lang book smart, pero hands-on wala kang experience, di ba? So I think it's still like those videos na parang 5 mistakes that I did, and it's good to know, but sometimes you also have to have that experience so you will improve. Like you can't just throw in a perfect grid and day one unless you're I don't know like story talented, I don't know. But
so parang nangyari is talent is nothing. Right? Unless you show it. Imagine, ang galing mo sumayaw. Ang galing mo sumayaw. Sa banyo?
Yeah.
Good. Yay.
You have to share it.
Ang galing mo kumanta. Again, sa banyo din. Right? Sabi mo lang, kasi wala akong magandang mic eh. Right? Alam mo ba si Sam Smith? Sam Smith nire-tweet niya yung isang Filipinong singer ng kanyang kanta na si sino to? Sa basketball player Karl Malone. Yeah. Karl Malone something. Pangalan niya Karl Malone. May siyang sakit yung sa mata. Kinakanta niya yung na Sam Smith. Kinakanta niya yung kanta ni Sam Smith, tapos magaling siya. And then retweet ni Sam Smith. Sumikat siya ngayon. What he did is he capitalized on that. Ang ginawa niya, naglabas ng video. Walang kwenta yung video niya. Kung i-check mo yung quality, walang kwenta. Ang gulo, ang likot niya, basta. But the thing is, lumaki na lumaki ang kanyang YouTube presence dahil sa kaka-post lang niya ng aesthetically, walang kwenta. But the thing is, his content is talent.
Yes.
So kumakanta siya. Kasi siyang kanta, may pa nga siyang ginawa, isang natutuwa talaga ako eh. Sa mga talented na tao, ito dapat ang ginagawa nyo. Just put out your content and that's it. Don't care about of course, if you're singing, you have to be very good. Second is you have to have a mic. A working mic. Doesn't have to be the best mic, but a working mic, right? Because your voice will go through, will resonate pa rin sa mga tao. Ang nangyari, gumawa siya ng live broadcast sa YouTube. Tapos, kumanta lang siya nung nire-request ng mga tao. That's it. Yung kanyang following, 2 hours niyang ginawa yun, or 1 hour, 2 hours. Yung ginawa niyang following, siguro thousands ang nag-subscribe sa kanya. Nakita ko kasi yung kanyang subscription count habang nag-live. Kasi nanood ako nag-request pa nga ako Sabi niyo, nanood ako, nag-request ako. Kasi ang galing niyang manta nakakatuwa talaga So parang, nakita ko yung subscribe, after nung 2-hour session na yon or 1 hour na, ano ba ako na? 1 hour session, 1,000 ang pumasok sa kanya. Sabi ko, ang galing nun Wala siyang pakialam na mo pawis-pawis siya, dugyot, na yung view ng kanyang video gumaganyan, yung ganon. Wala talaga, it doesn't care about the quality as long as it's singing. Right? Yun yung ginawa niya. So, I think that's yung pinakamagandang anecdote na can be proof of na sinasabi mo na you just have to put it out. Don't be a perfectionist. Right? Perfectionist ka dun sa quality of work on when you work on it. But hindi yung number of hours na ginagamit mo doon ang dapat maging hindrance para to put it out. Diba? So I think you're giving me a lesson here because I'm not putting out much content right now sa podcast. So, mamaya i-edit ko na talaga yung gumagawa kong dahilan din yung wala kasi akong outro tsaka intro kasi hindi ko gagawin yun. So I think you caught me there. Sinaksak mo ako ng that particular lesson.
No, I think this podcast really like coming up to this date that we're gonna be talking. I think this actually kind of pushed me to like publish the website too. Like I think I published it like 2 days ago. I don't know, but yeah, because I've been like sitting on it and it's like halfway done. Or actually, when I actually came back, it was not halfway done. It was like 3/4 done. Like I was really like almost done, and it was just finish it, dude. Like just finish it. Publish it. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's not perfect right now. I actually have WooCommerce installed it, and I had to remove it because that was part of my idea of selling the prints. But because I'm not ready to sell the prints yet, so I took it out and all these things. So all these things it doesn't have to be perfect from the beginning because things evolve, things get better, and you will get better. You just have to start.
King magandang dyan is wala akong kahit hindi ako nagpe-prepare. But the thing is, I learn every day. I learned how to question more, how I question the guest. Natututo na ako na mag-transition more, yung mga katulad ngayon. I want to segue that to your website right now and let's show it. We are talking about it anyway. So this is RB's website. It's the Frameworks Photography. So the website is Frame, FRAME, Works, WORX, Photo, PHOTO.com. So you can check it out sa kanyang website, frameworks.com. At ito yung kanyang, okay. You can tell your story with more than words, no? Picture paints 1,000 words.
Yeah.
So, ganyan. Actually, naalala ko meron akong photo na kinuha mo sa Greece. And then, yun yung name mo sa bahay na ako yung pumalit. Nasa akin pa rin. Yeah. I've destroyed the frame mismo. Not destroyed. Threw it out kasi nabasag na rin yung salamin. But the mismo...
Yeah, IKEA lang naman yun.
The mismong photo is with me. It's with me. So,
thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks.
Hindi ko siya tinapon. I think yung isa nasira, isa hindi. But nasa akin siya. It's somewhere here. I don't know. Maybe I can.
Yeah.
I show you in a different time. So there you go. So packages. It's the 21 $400. This is US, by the way. He's in the US. So the 15 $300 and the 9 is $249. So it's self-explanatory. 21.
Yeah, and that will. I think that will constantly change as I kind of like I said, you kind of have to take a feel of what's on demand and what's kind of thing. But yeah.
Where else you can find him? It's Facebook. Here, it's Facebook. Same word, but now it's Frameworks. Frameworks is the name, but the username ba? Tama. Username is
Handle,
frameworks, the same as the website. Frameworks photo, because you will see maybe other frameworks, but you go with the username at frameworks photos as a Facebook, and the cover will be a blue door.
That's from Greece. That's from the same shoot.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so those are from the dance school and stuff. So
there you go. So ito may mga family family gathering photos. Yeah. There you go. And
from,
finally, Instagram.
my Instagram.
What RB told us na parang in a way is portfolio na niya. Then this is it. Of course, you have to go with your wife. She has to be there. Yeah. This is RB's wife, Elizabeth. Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of the first few shoots that we did, I think, with that camera, the first camera, and
so
yeah.
Recap: Frameworks Photography's website is frameworksphoto.com. Instagram is again, the username is at frameworksphoto. Facebook is at frameworksphoto as well.
Oh yeah, and my YouTube, it's just my name, Ronbert Ignacio.
Yan. Alam mo, nahirapan ako dyan sa you have to create something else sa name mo. Napakaraming Ronbert Ignacio. Ang lumalabas ay Robert Ignacio. So mahirap na natin siya. Medyo, ang Ignacio is very common. Yung Ronbert nasa dulo siya. Alam mo yun? You have to scroll it.
Actually, I've been thinking of isa pa yung bagay na lagi kong nasa isip. I think I still have to put a brand name into the YouTube channel. But
kasi ako, my name is unique. Wala mo siya nung kilalang Adena. So the name JP Adena pops up immediately. So sometimes it's good to have a unique name, but may certain recall. But the Ignacio, of course, there will be so many Ignacios, being so many Spanish people. Yeah. So and Robert is a very, very common name among all the Bobbies in the world.
Yeah, it's very, very close. Yeah.
Very, very close. So only one letter difference. So it goes up for.
Dati ako talaga yung lalabas kasi hindi niya kino-correct eh.
But ngayon di ba? Inaano na niya.
Tinatry kasing i-correct na parang no.
So you can check him out sa kanyang YouTube page, which is Ron with an N, Ronbert Ignacio. Yeah. So maybe put it RB na lang, which is your name, RB.
That's actually that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, RB pero one word, RB Ignacio in one word. Kasi there's another RB Ignacio eh. Parang man.
Pati ba naman yung pati ba naman yung nickname mo kinuha, yung ganon, di ba? Kasi ako,
it's unahan eh. So what can you do, right?
Kung ginawa mo yung dati, kasalanan mo rin. Parang ganon.
Yeah. Pero parang minsan nakakainis eh. Parang nakita mo yung name na gusto mo. And then you check out their channel, tapos walang content.
You actually do siya hack. Check mo siya, kausapin mo siya. Actually, you can just ask him eh. I see that you're not using it, but I'm thinking of branding it sa ganon. Kausapin mo talaga, heart to heart, ganon.
Actually,
Ganonin mo siya. Kasi para hindi, mayroong iba naman, maganda na yung content niya, ang dami niyang ginawa, but then they stop. Alam mo, hindi mo lang kung nangyari sa buhay niya. Pero, i-message mo siya, DM mo siya kung Instagram yon, o Facebook yon, i-message mo siya.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Baka pwede mo bang gamitin tong kasi yun nga, I want to use it, I want to build something sa online presence. I just would like to ask permission na, alam mo yun, either turn this off or transfer the ownership to me, gano'n, di ba? Kasi pwede mo ibigay sa yung password and then you can change it by yourself na. So, that's one hack. Kaya nga ang ginagawa ko, I start with the website. Kasi sa website, hindi mo na maaagaw yun eh. Diba? Or hindi na maaagaw sa'yo. So,
same thing, with frameworks, it's the same thing that I did. But I just want to add up. That's a good point that you said that na parang to kind of let everybody know. Don't afraid to ask. Because the most of the time, the worst that can happen, they'll say no.
Yeah.
But if they say yes, then you get what you need.
Yes.
Diba?
But if you didn't ask, that is automatically a no.
Yeah.
Automatically a no. And then you cry about it. Right. So that's dwelling na naman. I think the thing that we have here is for this episode, ang naging big idea is to put it out there. Put the content out there.
Start.
Right? So it's just start,
Yeah.
right? Lagi mo isip yung thumbnail ng ating video, yung ating thumbnail itong makikita ko sa YouTube. So I think it is how to start. Technically, how to start from scratch. Everybody started from zero. And for all the times in the world, at the time era sa buong history natin, so sa lifetime mo, this is the best time to do it. This pandemic, this lockdown is the best time to do it. That's the reason why you see so many things. Maybe sabihin mo, ayoko naman makisabay, lahat sila nag-uumpisa na. But the thing is, kung lahat nag-uumpisa na, then everybody's exposed to it already. And what is in a like? Ano bang masamang klinike mo at sinalo mo yung sinasabi ng mga kaibigan mo? Hindi yung, instead of mainis ka na, ano ba naman itong mga to, lahat na sila nagre-request sa akin na mag-like na kanilang mga Facebook page. Wait. Sarili mo iniisip mo eh. Kung clinic mo yun, ano na? Ano na?
Yeah.
Just click it.
Yeah.
Just click it. Pambihira. Diba? Wala naman sa'yo eh. Ask them, they ask to subscribe. They need it. Right? They want it. Then subscribe. Right? So let's segue. JP Adena, follow me. All my handles are at JP Adena. All handles. TikTok, Kumu, Instagram, LinkedIn, Snapchat. I still have Snapchat. Facebook, Instagram. And go to my YouTube page. The OFWpreneurs Podcast will be there as a playlist. But you have to go to JP Adena. JP space Adena. Adena sa aking YouTube channel. And subscribe. If you haven't already, subscribe. Kasi marami tayong matututunan dito sa OFWpreneurs Podcast. Today lang, ang dami tayong natutunan sa ating guest na si RB. And again, wala kaming format. Hindi ako nag-format. Whatever we talk about, then that's what we'll talk about. So
yeah, I was worried. I was like, oh my gosh, what are we gonna talk about? I don't wanna, start, okay, I guess that's it. But hey, we made it, and it's pretty good. Like a really good conversation. So
again, mapupunta rin tayo sa sinasabing quality na I don't care. I don't care about the quality of this video. I don't care na tumatalon-talon kami. The thing is, kung mayroong mga information na nakuha yung mga tao, then it's good. That's it. If this podcast, if this episode helped one person, then that's actually the goal. That's it. Yeah. So enough about you dwelling about what you want to do. Alam mo, ito mga dahilan ng Pilipino. Alam mo, gagawin ko sana yan eh. YouTube, magiging YouTuber sana ako eh. Kaso nga lang, hindi ko ginawa. Nakita mo yung reason niya? Gagawin ko sana yan eh. Kaso hindi ko ginawa. Alam mo, maaga sana akong pupunta sa inyo eh. Kaso lang, na-late ako. Ha? That's not a reason, di ba? So, this is entitled OFWpreneurs with Big Ideas. RB, to recap, what is basically the big idea? What's the big idea?
It's simple way to start. Is to start.
Yes, that's it, mga kaibigan. Just start. Diba? Na-explain namin yan. You don't have to... So, that's it, basically. And good morning, good evening, good night, good afternoon kung saan ka man sa buong mundo OFW or aspiring OFW. Then, start. Sabi ni RB. Just start. That's it.
Yeah. Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat. Salamat sa pakikinig. Bye-bye.
Maraming salamat. Follow all our links are in the description below. So
yes. Very YouTuber yun. Very YouTuber yung ano mo. On the description below. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye.
See ya.
I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.